a BOCES tradition since 1979. Each April, we hold this meeting to review our tentative budget in accordance with state law. This year's election includes 4 seats with 3-year terms up for vote. The BOCES board candidates running for these seats are 3 incumbents and 1 nominee. They are Mrs. Mary Daly, nominated by the Hudson City School District, Columbia County; Mr. Joseph Garland, nominated by the Coxsackie-Athens Central School District, Greene County; myself, John Hill, nominated by the Hoosick Valley Central School District, Rensselaer County; and Mary Urista, nominated by the Schodack Central School District, Rensselaer County. I will now turn the time over to our district superintendent, Dr. Gladys Cruz, for a look at the 2021 budget.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our annual meeting. This evening, due to unprecedented circumstances, we have changed the format of our meeting. I need you to all use the chat to ask any questions about the budget presentation. Thank you, as always, for supporting our programs and services. This evening, due to the change in format of our annual meeting, I will be focusing on our administrative budget, the only portion of the BOCES budget that you will vote on. You should have received in the mail the tentative budget booklet. I encourage you to follow me with that booklet. I will begin with some very good news. The 2020-2021 tentative administrative budget is equal to the contingency budget of $6.7 million. This is the same level as the 2019-2020 budget. The increase in the administrative budget is attributed to the rising cost of other post-employment benefits, or OPEB. If you look on page 3 of your budget booklet, you will see during the last 6 years, the administrative budget was $90,000 below a contingency budget for that period combined. As I indicated, the administrative budget is the only portion of the BOCES budget voted on. I'd like to invite you to look at page 4 in your budget booklet. Here you have a graph showing the percentages of the different portions of the BOCES budget. Again, the administrative budget is $6.7 million, and it accounts for 8% of the total tentative budget. The capital and facility rental budget is $2.2 million and accounts for 3% of the entire tentative budget. On page 8, you will see a chart indicating how the object of expenditure categories, the different categories in our budget, make up the $6.7 million of our tentative administrative budget. Our administrative budget has been aggressively managed in an effort to minimize the cost of OPEB. This is something that, like you, we have no control over. On page 9, you will see the total administrative budget of $6.7 million and how it is broken down into the administrative budget OPEB of $3.9 million and the administrative budget for general operations without OPEB, which is $2.8 million. You will also see other revenues that are earned from administrative fees, from statewide services, indirect costs from grants and contracts, interest income, and other miscellaneous revenues. These revenues are reducing the total administrative budget to $5.4 million. The total increase in the administrative budget after the reduction of other miscellaneous revenues is 3.25%. On page 11, you will see a summary of the rent and capital budget. The total rent and capital budget of $2.2 million is increasing by 0%. The rent budget is $1.2 million and the capital budget is $1 million. As you know, the capital budget was increased to support the modernization project at the Rensselaer Educational Center. On page 12, you see the administrative rent and capital budget summary. As I indicated, the administrative budget that accounts for OPEB is $3.9 million. The administrative budget, the general operations without OPEB, is $2.8 million, for a total administrative budget of $6.7 million. The miscellaneous revenues that are applied to administrative budget is $1.2 million, which reduces the administrative budget two components to $5.4 million. The rent budget is $1.2 million, as I indicated earlier, and the capital budget is $1 million, for a total rent and capital budget of $2.2 million. The total administrative rent and capital charge to components will be $7.6 million, which represents a total percentage change of 2.29%. I want to call your attention now to page 13 of the tentative budget booklet. Here you have program budgets and highlights. In the past, we have invited superintendents to communicate the different program budgets. This year, given our unique circumstance, I am going to ask that you please review the program budgets in your budget booklet. I do, however, want to call your attention to the chart on page 13. The tentative budget for 2020-2021 has 77.53% of the programs with a rate increase of 2% or less, and 57% of the programs with no rate increase or a decrease. That's important for you to know because we work very hard to contain costs in our BOCES. And during these uncertain times, we know that we need to do everything in our power to contain costs because we do not know how the reality for our districts is going to turn out. We will continue to work with our superintendents and our boards of education to ensure that we provide in the Questar 3 BOCES region the best educational opportunities to students and the best programs and services. At this time, I would like to take any questions. Please use your chat tool for questions. Given that there are no questions, at this time I'd like to invite John Hill back to close our annual meeting.
Thank you, Gladys. Each of you have received a copy of the 2019-2020 annual meeting minutes. I ask for a motion to approve the 2019-2020 annual meeting minutes stating your name and the district you represent by using the chat function in the Zoom. Are there any corrections or additions? May I have a second?
There's not a first.
Okay, do I have a second?
Motion Nadine, Gazzola, Questar. So Nadine made the motion.
Nadine, okay, we need a second.
We need a second for this motion, please.
Ed, seconded.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion made, seconded, and carried. By law, the 22 boards of education within Questar 3 will vote on the BOCES administrative budget on the same day. This year, our vote will be held on April 21. As a reminder, the administrative budget is only the portion of the BOCES budget that boards vote on each year. Each component board casts one vote for the administrative budget and one vote for each of the 4 board member positions. This concludes our presentation. We thank you for attending our virtual annual meeting tonight, and more importantly, we thank you for your continued participation in the BOCES. Your support continues to expand educational opportunities for students in our region. We look forward to continuing our work together. Today is more important than ever. And God bless you, Maryland. I now request a motion to adjourn.
Nadine, motion to adjourn.
May I have a second?
Just at Questar 3. Ed seconded.
The motion's been made and seconded. The annual meeting is hereby adjourned. Have a great evening and be safe and be healthy. Thank you.